Have you ever held something in your hand that looked worthless but could secretly be worth a life-changing fortune? Imagine rummaging through an old jar of coins, and there it is. A single wheat penny, dull, faded, maybe a bit dirty. You toss it aside, unaware you just let go of a piece of American treasure that collectors would pay six figures for right now. These are not myths, not stories. These are real coins, minted by history itself, and today, hiding in pockets, drawers, and forgotten piggy banks all across America. Each one of these coins carries a mystery, a secret forged in copper and time. And in this video, we are about to reveal 6 ultra-rare wheat pennies that could change everything you thought you knew about what is sitting in your change jar. But here's the twist. These coins don't just hold value, they hold power. The power to make collectors chase them across decades, the power to rise in value every single day, the power to turn ordinary Americans into unexpected millionaires overnight. So fasten your seatbelt, because what you're about to see is not fiction. This is the real treasure hunt of the US. Coin World. Welcome to Secret of Us Coins, where history hides in plain sight, and today you might just discover your fortune. Coin number 1. Our journey begins in 1953, the heart of post-war America. The economy was booming, the streets were filled with optimism, and copper pennies were the quiet witnesses of a nation rebuilding its dreams. But hidden within that ordinary year, in the Denver Mint, a few special coins were struck, coins that would become legends in the numismatic world. One of them is the 1953 D wheat penny, with its strange green spotted surface, a coin that looks like time itself left its fingerprints on it. Now at first glance, it seems like an ordinary 1-cent piece. The familiar wheat ears on the back, the proud portrait of Lincoln on the front. But here's where the mystery begins. That soft green patina, those mysterious spots, are not damage. They're the mark of age, chemistry, and rarity combining to create something utterly unique. Experts say these faint green tones form when the coin's copper reacts over decades with microscopic environmental traces, something that can't be recreated, something nature crafted slowly, perfectly, over 70 years. And because of that, no two of these pennies are exactly alike. Each one carries its own fingerprint of time, its own living signature. But rarity isn't just about color. The Denver Mint mark, that tiny D below the date, tells a deeper story. In 1953, the Denver Mint produced fewer coins than usual, and far fewer in top-grade copper. Add that to the natural copper toning and nearly perfect strike, and you've got something collectors whisper about with awe. Now let's talk about what makes it explode in value today. For decades, collectors overlooked this penny until coin graders began discovering a handful that survived with those rare green hues intact, untouched, uncleaned, and in fine condition. That's when its story flipped. Auctions lit up, collectors fought over it, and the 1953 D wheat penny became a silent storm in the US. Coin World. And today, this unassuming coin, often found hiding in old drawers or family coin boxes, has a current market value of around $98,000 for a fine condition example. This isn't a fantasy price. This is the real market, verified sales, collector exchanges, and valuation charts that rise higher every single season. It's not just a coin anymore. It's a treasure, a piece of living American history that is rising in value day by day, as if the copper itself refuses to stop glowing. So, if you ever find a 1953 penny with that Denver D Mint mark and those strange green spots, don't blink, don't doubt, and definitely don't spend it. You might be holding a 6-figure secret. And here's something serious for every collector watching. Never try to clean or polish this coin. Those natural green tones, that delicate surface, that's where the value hides. Use gloves, protect it, and get it professionally graded before doing anything else. Because once that certification comes back, you will realize that what you thought was a common penny is in truth a sleeping giant of value. So remember, the 1953 wheat penny is not just a relic, it's a symbol of patience, rarity, and hidden fortune. A reminder that sometimes the biggest treasures are the smallest things right under your nose. And if you think this coin is mind-blowing, wait until you see coin number 2, a wheat penny so rare that even expert collectors have only seen it once in their lifetime. Stay right where you are, because what's coming next might just redefine what valuable really means. Coin number 2. If you thought the 1953 penny was unbelievable, wait until you meet the 1934 wheat penny without a mint mark. This coin isn't just rare, it's hauntingly mysterious. It carries a story that feels like something pulled straight from the hidden vaults of United States. History. 1934. America was still healing from the Great Depression. Factories were silent, banks were cautious, and every single penny meant survival. People saved, traded, and spent copper like lifeblood because back then a penny mattered. But among those countless copper coins struck that year, a very few, came out different. No mint mark, no city, no identity, just the face of Lincoln, weathered yet proud, staring through the dark years of history. Now here's where it gets truly strange. Most pennies from that era bore marks from Denver or San Francisco. But this one, nothing. That missing mark makes it a Philadelphia mint production, but even there something was off. The metal tone, the strike, the surface texture, all whisper a story that even experts struggle to explain. And when you hold one of these in your hand, you will notice it immediately, the dark, black, shaded patina that almost absorbs light. That's not dirt. It's not decay. It's the mark of nearly a century of existence, a copper surface that's aged like an ancient relic, turning darker and deeper with every passing decade. Collectors call it the shadow penny. It's as if this coin has been through it all: the Depression, the war, generations of circulation, and somehow it survived when millions of others didn't. But what makes this particular penny explode in value is its condition. A circulated coin, yes, but still sharp, readable, and perfectly balanced. That combination of honest wear and strong preservation gives it an aura no machine could recreate. Every scratch tells a story. Every mark is a timestamp of history. And today, in the world of coin collecting, where rarity meets emotional connection, this coin stands tall. Because no mint mark means scarcity. Black shade means natural oxidation. Circulated condition means authenticity. Put that all together, and you have a masterpiece that numismatists across the United States dream of finding. Now, let's talk about the part that sends chills down your spine. This coin, this humble 1-cent piece from 1934, currently holds an estimated market value of around $145,000. Yes, $145,000 for a coin that was once just pocket change in the middle of America's hardest decade. And that's not a fantasy number. That's the real collector price, verified through auction history and modern appraisals. Its value is climbing year after year as collectors chase surviving examples in this exact condition. You could say this penny is alive. It's worth breathing, growing, and refusing to be forgotten. Because when you own something like this, you don't just have copper, you have legacy. You're holding a fragment of a century, a silent witness of struggle and survival that has now become a symbol of victory and value. So if you ever find a 1934 wheat penny without a mint mark, especially one with that dark, black-toned surface, protect it like treasure. Do not clean it. Do not alter it. Let that natural darkness shine, because that is where the magic is. And here's a collector's tip straight from the heart of the coin world. Always check the edges, the details around Lincoln's coat, and the wheat stalks on the reverse. Those subtle details can reveal authenticity and add thousands to the final value. It's rare. It's powerful. It's a piece of American soul disguised as a penny. A single coin that carries almost 100 years of whispers and yet still rises in price as if time itself is honoring it. This is not just currency. It's a time capsule. And for anyone who finds one, it's a doorway into a fortune you never saw coming. And if you think the 1934 penny was astonishing, what is coming next might just make you question every coin you have ever spent. Because coin number 3 isn't just valuable, it's a piece of minting history so rare, even professional collectors stop and stare when it appears. Stay tuned. The deeper we go, the closer we get to uncovering America's hidden treasures. And remember, this channel, Secret of Us Coins, brings you fresh updates every single day, so you never miss the next life-changing discovery hiding in plain sight. Coin number 3. Every coin tells a story, but some stories refuse to fade. And when it comes to the 1935 wheat penny, the story that whispers through its copper is one of survival, of silence, scarcity, and unexpected worth. The year was 1935. The Great Depression still gripped America. Families struggled, factories slowed, and yet in the quiet heart of the San Francisco Mint, a limited run of wheat pennies was born. They were small, ordinary to the eye, yet destined for something extraordinary. This is the penny that outlasted its time. Stamped with a proud letter S mint mark, it was part of one of the lowest production runs of that era. While the Philadelphia and Denver mints were pressing millions of pennies, San Francisco slowed. They struck fewer coins, and in doing so, unknowingly created one of the most coveted rarities in American coinage history. Now, when you look at a 1935 wheat penny in very fine condition, you're seeing craftsmanship that has survived nearly a century without losing its definition. Lincoln's portrait stands strong, the edges crisp, the wheat stalks on the reverse still holding their texture and depth. It's not just a coin, it's art preserved by time itself. But what makes it electrifyingly valuable is not just age, it's scarcity. Because even though millions were minted, only a tiny fraction remain in collectible condition today. Decades of circulation, pocket wear, and wartime metal drives wiped out most examples, leaving behind only a handful of survivors that glow with that deep red-brown copper tone collectors dream of. And when those survivors appear, they send waves through the numismatic community. Dealers talk, collectors whisper, auction rooms go silent because everyone knows what is about to happen next. When a 1935 wheat penny in very fine condition crosses the auction floor, it doesn't just sell, it commands. And right now, the current market value of this legendary coin stands at a jaw-dropping $150,500. Yes, you heard that right, $150,500. For a coin once worth a single cent, now recognized as a copper treasure. And the truth, its value isn't slowing down. Every year its worth climbs higher because time can't make more of them, and collectors refuse to let go of the few that exist. It's like holding history in your hand, tangible, solid, gleaming, a silent witness to an era when America fought to rebuild, and money had a weight far beyond its number. This coin isn't just metal, it's memory. Now, If you ever find a 1935 penny with that tiny S mint mark just below the date, stop everything. Look closer. The mark may be small, but it carries power. The fine copper color, the smooth but distinct surfaces, those are the signs of authenticity and value. Never underestimate a San Francisco mint coin. The West Coast Mint was famous for precision. Each strike was clean, sharp, and slightly heavier in tone. Collectors crave that perfection, and it's what keeps the 1935 S penny in such fierce demand today. And here's something the market watchers are noticing. The price curve on this coin isn't just steady, it's accelerating. As rare coins continue to surge in the modern United States, collectors' market, this penny's trajectory points straight upward. Experts predict it could break past $200,000 in the coming years. Because this isn't just a collectible anymore, it's a heritage investment. A copper witness of a nation's resilience, now turned into a symbol of wealth and rarity. So remember this, if you ever find a 1935 penny with that elegant little S, handle it with reverence. You might just be holding one of the most powerful survivors from America's hardest decade, a coin that carries struggle, hope, and fortune in every gleam of its copper. And as rare as this 1935 S wheat penny is, the next coin in this journey takes rarity to a level few have ever imagined. A penny so scarce that entire collections have been built just to chase its shadow. Because coming up next, coin number 4, a wheat penny that turns collectors' dreams into obsession. Coin number 4. By the late 1950s, America was changing fast. The nation was booming, highways, space dreams, and rock and roll filled the air. But beneath that progress, something quietly ended the era of the wheat penny. And in that twilight, one coin emerged as a final whisper of history. The 1957 D wheat penny, a coin that would later become one of the most unexpected treasures in modern numismatic discovery. Minted in Denver during the last years of the wheat reverse design, this coin represents the farewell chapter of an American icon. Yet, among those millions of ordinary pennies struck that year, a handful came out different, touched by time, marked by mystery, and glowing with value. This is one of them. A 1957 D wheat penny, its surface kissed with faint brown spots across Lincoln's head. Not flaws, but the subtle fingerprints of history itself. Now some might glance at those spots and think imperfection. But coin experts, they see beauty. Because those soft brown tones, formed by decades of natural oxidation, are the kind of authentic aging that modern collectors crave. They prove the coin's life, untouched, uncleaned, and unaltered, exactly as it left the Denver Mint nearly 70 years ago. That tiny D below the date, the Denver Mint mark, is your clue that this coin was part of one of the final great copper strikes before the wheat design was replaced forever. It was the end of an era, but the beginning of a legend. And while countless 1957 pennies circulated through gas stations, grocery stores, and school pockets, very few survived in fine condition with that same unique brown patina pattern. Most were worn down, melted, or lost in the transition to the new Lincoln Memorial scent that debuted just 2 years later in 1959. But this is a survivor. It's a time capsule that carries the soul of the 1950s, the last breath of the wheat era preserved in metal. And here's where things turn extraordinary. This single coin, small, brown, almost invisible to the untrained eye, has become one of the most sought-after 1950s wheat pennies in existence. Collectors who specialize in late-date wheats will tell you that finding one in fine condition with those natural brown headmarks is nearly impossible. The demand for these has skyrocketed in recent years, especially as modern collectors rediscover the charm and historical purity of pre-1959 copper. Auction platforms and private collectors alike have seen bidding wars erupt, not over silver, not over gold, but over this very penny. And now, in today's market, this 1957 D wheat penny in fine condition holds an estimated value of $85,000. Yes, $85,000 for a coin that once jingled in someone's pocket while Eisenhower was president. And make no mistake, this isn't speculation. This is now. This is the real, active, climbing value that's turning ordinary collectors into treasure hunters across America. Experts say it won't stop here, because as supply continues to vanish and demand rises, this coin's value curve is trending upward. Each sale sets a new benchmark. Each discovery fuels the legend. So the next time you come across a 1957 penny, pause. Look closely under the date. If you see that tiny D mint mark and faint brown spots across Lincoln's head, you may have just found one of the last great treasures of the wheat era. Never attempt to clean those spots. They are not stains, they are time. That natural oxidation is proof of authenticity, and cleaning it could destroy tens of thousands of dollars in value instantly. Preserve it, grade it, protect it, because once verified, you're not holding just a coin anymore, you're holding history's final whisper. The 1957 D wheat penny stands as a symbol, the closing curtain of America's most beloved cent design, and the opening of its legend in the collector's world. Every time one surfaces, it shakes the market because it reminds us that even the smallest piece of copper can carry the weight of an era. And as extraordinary as this coin is, what comes next will shatter your expectations. Because coin number 5 isn't just rare, it's a ghost of the minting floor, a piece so elusive that even experts debate how many truly exist. Stay locked in, because the deeper we dig, the richer the treasures become. And remember, this channel, Secret of Us Coins, brings you fresh discoveries every single day, straight from the heart of America's hidden history. Coin number 5. By 1949, America was stepping into a new chapter. The war was over, the soldiers had returned, and the hum of industry echoed through every city. But as the world moved forward, the U.S. Mint was quietly producing one of the most overlooked and now one of the most valuable wheat pennies ever created. This is the 1949 D wheat penny, struck at the Denver Mint, a coin that hides behind its own shadow, darkened by time, yet glowing with fortune. At first glance, it looks simple, familiar. Lincoln's face, steady and proud. Wheat stalks curling on the reverse. But look closer, and you will see it, that deep, dark, black shade, rippling across its surface like the faint echo of firelight. Those black tones aren't damage. They're chemistry, the result of natural oxidation, time, and environmental mystery that transformed this penny into something truly one of a kind. Collectors call this midnight copper, a rare toning effect where the coin's surface darkens beautifully without losing its original details. Now, why is that important? Because in coin collecting, color tells a story. That deep black patina is a sign of uncommon preservation. It's proof the coin lived through decades, untouched, uncleaned, unpolished, and still carries the full spirit of 1949. But here's where the magic really begins. In 1949, the Denver Mint was producing coins for a nation that had changed. Silver was still dominant, paper money was modernizing, and pennies were quietly becoming symbols of sentiment rather than necessity. Minting technology was improving, but that also meant any small variation, tone, or metal anomaly became extremely rare. And the 1949 D wheat penny. It captured one of those anomalies perfectly. Slightly darker copper alloy, slightly varied finish, and over the years, it turned into a masterpiece of contrast, bright edges, dark fields, and an aura that makes collectors stop in their tracks. But here's the real twist. For decades, no one cared about these coins. They were passed, spent, forgotten, tossed into jars and coffee tins. It wasn't until coin grading and modern auctions began recognizing this black shade variety that everything changed. Suddenly, the 1949 D wheat penny leapt from being pocket change to national treasure status. Collectors realized that finding one in fine condition with that unique black surface intact was almost impossible. And the few that survived in such condition, they became legends. Today, this coin's current market value stands at a staggering $112,500. Yes, over $112,000 for a coin that once bought a piece of candy. And that's not just hype. That's today's market reality. Verified sales, collector exchanges, and documented price climbs show this coin's value growing year by year. It's not slowing down, it's accelerating. Because, in the modern United States, coin market, natural toning has become the new frontier of rarity. And the 1949 D sits at the top of that list, the black diamond of post-war copper coins. When collectors see one, they don't just see value, they see emotion. They see the era, the journey, the time frozen in color. It's a penny that doesn't just look different, it feels different. If you ever find a 1949 wheat penny with that Denver D mark and its signature dark surface, handle it like gold. Do not clean it. That black layer is the armor of history, the element that keeps its power intact. Cleaning it would erase its fingerprint, and with it, its fortune. Instead, use gloves, store it safely, and send it for grading. Because once certified, this coin doesn't just sit in a display case, it commands attention. The 1949 D wheat penny is proof that beauty can hide in shadows. That time can carve perfection from imperfection. And that sometimes the coins we ignore are the ones destiny made valuable. Each one that surfaces today feels like finding a piece of America's lost past, not just copper, but character. And as breathtaking as this coin's story is, coin number 6, the final piece in this incredible journey, takes everything to a level you've never seen before. A coin so rare, so shrouded in mystery, that even seasoned collectors call it the miracle cent. So don't blink, because what comes next may redefine what treasure truly means. Coin number 6. Every treasure hunt leads to one final discovery, the one that changes everything. And in the world of US coins, that discovery is the 1927 wheat penny without a mint mark. A coin that has survived nearly a century, carrying stories of America's heart, struggle, and unbreakable spirit within its copper soul. 1927. The Roaring Twenties were in full swing. Jazz echoed through the cities, cars were rolling off Henry Ford's assembly lines, and money flowed like never before. But hidden beneath the glamour and gold, the Philadelphia Mint quietly produced a coin that would one day become one of the rarest, most valuable copper treasures in existence. At first glance, it looks modest. The warm brown hue, the familiar face of Abraham Lincoln, and no mint mark beneath the date. But what makes this coin extraordinary is everything it doesn't have. That missing mint mark means it was struck in Philadelphia, and in that year, very few of these coins survived in fine condition. Why? Because copper was soft, fragile, and coins wore down fast. Decades of use, pocket wear, and environmental exposure erased most of them from existence. Yet somehow, this one, the 1927 brown shade wheat penny, endured. And not just endured, it glows. That soft brown surface isn't damage. It's patina, the mark of time, the color of truth, the unmistakable fingerprint of authenticity that no modern process can fake. Hold it under the light, and it tells a story of generations. The color shifts gently from chestnut to bronze, revealing fine details that have refused to fade for nearly 100 years. Lincoln's profile still carries strength. The wheat stalks on the reverse still whisper their curves of history. It's as if this penny was never meant to disappear. And here's where its legend explodes. For decades, the year 1927 wheat penny was considered common. But when experts began grading surviving examples, something astonishing happened. They found that true fine-condition pieces with full detail and natural brown patina were almost non-existent. Auction houses began reporting sales that stunned collectors. Private collectors started chasing them like relics. And slowly, quietly, this coin rose to the top of the wheat penny world, not by hype, but by pure rarity and beauty. Today, the year 1927 wheat penny without mint mark, in fine condition, commands a jaw-dropping current market value of $168,000. Yes, $168,000. And that number isn't a dream or guess, it's the reality of today's collector market. Its price continues to climb year after year as fewer examples remain and demand grows stronger. This coin isn't just valuable, it's historic wealth in copper form. Owning one is like holding a century of American life in your palm. The quiet power of endurance, the elegance of age, and the proof that true value never fades. If you ever stumble upon a 1927 wheat penny with no mint mark and a smooth brown tone, pause and protect it. That tone is not a flaw. It's the mark of survival. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. That gentle brown shade is its soul, and once it is gone, so is its fortune. Store it carefully, verify it professionally, and when you see it certified, you will understand why collectors call it the crown of the wheat era. The 1927 wheat penny is not just a coin. It's a time traveler, a century-old survivor from the roaring heart of America. It's proof that greatness hides in the smallest places, in pockets, drawers, jars, and hands of people who never realized what they were holding. And that's the beauty of this journey. Because each coin you've seen today, from the mysterious 1953 D to the dark brilliance of the 1949 D to this final 1927 masterpiece, reminds us that the past is alive, and sometimes it glitters brighter than gold. So if you ever come across an old wheat penny, do not ignore it. Look closer, because you never know that little brown coin might just be your ticket to a hidden fortune waiting patiently in your own home. And remember, this is Secret of Us Coins, where every day we uncover new treasures, true stories, and unbelievable finds from America's hidden past. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because tomorrow we will reveal another secret that might just be sitting right in your pocket.